What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary late. My bad, your boy was a few minutes late. Jason just gave me some breaking news about Deshaun Gibson, so we'll go ahead and get into that, as well as get into the Niners D line. Oh boy, it's hot. Like that's why your boy just seems out of it, because I ain't gonna lie, it's like 130 right now, bro. Like your boy's pretty drained. It's been a long day, but as I say, the show must go on. So as always, we're gonna get started, but before we do, we got to pay some bills.
Today's episode is sponsored by Power Brand Systems. Need help getting new customers for your business? Let Power Brand Systems help you grow with their powerful tools. Visit powerbrandsystems.com/Niner Faithful Radio for more info. For the Faithful, by the Faithful Off Season Sale is happening now. Save 20% on all For the Faithful, by the Faithful Season 1 through 3 gear now through June 30th. Go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop to save. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on X. If you like our content and would like to support the show, consider leaving us a tip in our tip jar at NinerFaithfulRadio.us/tip jar. Join our exclusive membership community where you get exclusive NFR content not available anywhere else. Join our exclusive chat, 20% off of all non-sale For the Faithful, by the Faithful gear, and much more. Visit portal.ninerfaithfulradio.us/login to join.
All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, without further ado, let's get the show cracking. What's cracking, Jason? How you doing, bro?
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful, brought to you by Power Brand Systems.
All right, your boy was still doing like one thing, but I actually do got some exciting news. My boy Panda just commented on it. Actually, this is the last month without football until March of next year. Oh, bruh. You know, it's so funny because we did have a shorter off season this year, but you know, in some ways it really has seemed like it dragged on, and others. What's cracking, Brad? How you doing, Bebop? In some ways the season or the off season seems to have dragged on. Okay, so apparently, according to our SF Niners or 49ers web zone, Deshaun Gibson has been suspended for, hold on, let me get the exact date, the exact amount of games. Correct. Facebook is, or my phone is being stupid. So he has been suspended 6 games due to violation of the performance enhancing substances per at Adam Schefter. My response to Jason when he told me with this was, how the fuck did they find out? I'm really curious to see like, was this from last year? There's more information that we need to be getting, but maybe the Niners knew something was coming down the pipeline, and so that's why they ultimately have decided not to sign him. When I know we talked about it last week, I think there would be room for one more safety in camp, a veteran safety, in case things go wrong with Huff, or we're all just walking around assuming that Jair Brown's going to be like an all-pro safety, you know? So we have faith and we're intrigued by what we've seen from Jair Brown last year, but he's far from a sure thing. So I definitely would like, I think there's room for another safety on the roster for camp. And then, you know, you're obviously going to cut down and, you know, may the best men win. But I see nothing wrong with bringing in a safety. So, but it looks like it's going to be Deshaun Gibson. So I think we could pretty much say his Niner careers. It's probably finito. If not his Niner career, probably his NFL career. Sad to see, though. I'm curious if this is – because, like, I don't think it was roids. And this is the thing that frustrates me about subjects like this is that it makes it seem like he was shooting up steroids, which probably wasn't the case. You know, it was probably something in a workout supplement that is on the banned list because whatever, some money or something like that. And, you know, so I don't think this is, Deshaun Gibson was taking steroids. I don't think at all. We're obviously never going to learn what the exact substance was, but curious to see what it, you know, that would be definitely some interesting things to take care of. So, oops, my bad, y'all. So we have a new thing for NFR. Let me see if I can get it rocking and rolling. Nope. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this to work. Okay, Discord changes, add layout. Okay, if y'all give me a second. Hopefully this will work. If y'all give me a second. Wait, hold on, let me see how I get this done. There we go. So we got the new setup going on. Let me know what y'all think about this new setup we got going on. So this is the one that we got for NFR, our normal Tuesday show. Obviously, Jason ain't here, so ignore the on today's show stuff. I'm just trying to see what everybody thinks about the format. And obviously, Jason would be right here, as y'all can see. You know, let's go. Blah, 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 blah. Let's save this, see if we can pull this up later. Why did it do that? Okay, there we go. I'm still trying to figure it out. Y'all got to forgive me. But Niners D-line. So it's so funny. For as much as we've invested in the D-line, everybody please leave y'all comments to let me know what y'all thought. But I thought the D-line underperformed last year. I mean, we all saw what happened with Chase Young. You know, I think that I think the Chase Young thing was a little overblown. You know, I think that, look, that first half performance in the NFC Championship game, that type of performance doesn't happen if every single player but one is giving 1,000% effort. So I think it was a little overblown. I'm sure if you pick out any play, you could find somebody, quote unquote, loafing it. So I've always hated that. We go 1,000 miles per hour 1,000% of the time. Like, nobody does, bro. But that being said, it was clear that, well, we'll get into some individual players, but it was clear that what if Jason and I always said, fuck what we tell you, fuck what they even tell you, listen to what they're showing you. So we just brought in, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We brought in 7 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 7 out of 16, damn near half of our D line on the roster right now. What's up, media? How you doing, baby? Half of our roster, damn near half of our D line room is new. So if that doesn't tell you how they felt about the D line last year, nothing will. I thought Javon Hargrave, for what he's getting paid, yeah, he was a little bit of a disappointment. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it for y'all. I thought we could get more. I thought we were going to get something like Defoe in 2019. Now, he wasn't bad. I want to make this clear. I thought Javon Hargrave had a fine year. But for the money that we brought him in for, and what he was billed as, yeah, it was a disappointment. One, Mr. Nicholas John Bosa. You know, and we could tie this into the BA situation. But he came out and admitted, and I think it's pretty clear, the contract holdout affected him. He was not Nick Bosa, we all know. Now, he had a fine season. I'm pretty sure most teams would take for what Nick Bosa gave them last year. But he wasn't Defensive Player of the Year, highest non-paid quarterback until Jefferson, and most guaranteed money. He wasn't all that. Now, I expect huge things from him. I want to be careful for saying a career year because I think it'll be really hard for him to top 21. Or I'm sorry, 22. And what he did in 2022. I think that's ultimately going to be Nick Bosa's career year as far as statistics are concerned. But what I'm expecting more of Nick Bosa this year is plays that make impact, where he doesn't necessarily make the sack. He doesn't necessarily make the TFL. But you're like, yeah, but Nick Bosa influenced that play because the quarterback had to escape and go the other side because Nick Bosa was buried down on him and he ran right into Leonard Floyd's lap. Oh, the quarterback had to step up because of the edge pressure Nick Bosa was bringing, and he landed in Javon Hargrave's lap, Malik Collins' lap. Although I'm curious to see who we bring down as our D tackle pass rush specialist besides Javon Hargrave. But the turnover has me excited. Look, Jason and I Jason's been saying this for a while. I'm starting to come around. It's a coverage over rush league. It's starting to shape up that way because I look back at the last 2 Super Bowls. What's up, McNiner? Give me a second. That stupid thing popped up. Oops, I muted it.
So long! Same old sorry ass man. So long!
All right, I muted it on accident, bruh. But I just feel Like, if you look at our last two Super Bowls, what would you say the strength of our defense was, or projected strength of our defense was? Our D line. The whole game in 2019, I felt the defensive line didn't have any impact. In this last Super Bowl, the first half, I thought they were going to win us the game. Let's be real. I thought our D line was going to win us the football game. The second half, not so much. Now, we all know this. Basically, the Chiefs held every damn play. Right? We've seen the clip of Kyle talking to the ref. We've seen the picture of Nick Bosa's jersey getting, ripped like this. We've seen it all. Regardless of whether it's right, wrong, whatever it is, I can't have the strength of my football team being neutralized in the Super Bowl. I can't. And as you've seen pretty much, especially once Dre got hurt, we had no answer. We had no answer for the Chiefs offense once they started going. That was concerning. I remember saying it in the Whackers playoff game. This ain't the championship secondary. Now, I don't necessarily think the issues in coverage are in the secondary. I believe they're at the linebacker level. But that still falls under the coverage category. So, put it in the comments, y'all. What were the Niners' two weakest points? Two of the three weakest points on the team last year. You could argue special teams was one of the three. The other two, run defense and coverage. And I know led the league in picks and all that stuff, but it just seemed nickel. Yeah, so basically what I was getting to, Bebop, coverage. Now, you go out, you draft Malik Mustafa. You obviously let, it looks like for pretty much for show now, Deshaun Gibson walk. You let Eric Armstead, or you basically essentially cut Eric Armstead. You bring in, obviously losing Dre is huge. You bring in Yurtos Matos. I'm going to get the name right. Matos Gratos. Eventually, y'all, I'm going to get it right. It's because I'm not looking at it probably. Let me go ahead and look at it, see if I can get it. Yurtos Gross Montos. There you go. I think him and Malik Collins are sneaky going. I don't want to say replace Eric Armstead because we all know when healthy, Eric Armstead was an elite run stopper. He's basically our run defense. And albeit not his fault, there were health reasons. But I thought he kind of slowed down a little bit in the playoffs, minus the forced fumble in the NFC Championship game. Or was it a recovery? So this is what always fires me up about the Lynch and Hand regime. Is not that they're going to get everything right. Not that they're going to draft fucking. Nah, I'm not going to even go there. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. Jalen Hicks was right there, bro. Just right fucking there. And we didn't draft him. Anyway. But when they see a need, when the need of the football team is obvious, they don't sit there on their fucking hands and not do shit. They go out and address it. Sure, you can make an argument on how they address it. Ultimately, look, we're not getting high enough to draft the, Nick Bosa of next year's draft. I don't think there's a Nick Bosa next year, but the top edge rusher of next year's draft, and ultimately, I think that's what we need. But we go out and we address it. Now, did we address it cheaply? Yeah. Yeah, we did. Break down Eric Armstead. Sorry, we can't be paying you $17 million for what was it, 13 games in 2 years? There is a step back in the finances spent on the D-line. What makes me curious is next offseason. You know, Jason's been on record saying that he would bring back both C. Ward and Diamador Lenore. I personally think we're going to have to choose one or the other. But if we do, if we go out and we go out and spend the money on the secondary over the D-line next year, because a lot of these players are on one-year contracts, well, then that tells you what the Niners think. That tells you officially that the philosophy is changing. And, you know, some might argue it's a good thing. Some might argue it's a bad thing. I'm just excited that they're not trying the same thing and expecting different results. I mean, I like the signing of Leonard Floyd. I honestly think Leonard Floyd's going to be a good sign. Now, is he going to give us double-digit sacks? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to give us new sacks or double-digit sacks. But I don't need him to give me double-digit sacks. I need him just to put pressure on the quarterback that's going to allow him to step up into Javon Hargrave, Malik Collins, Joris Gross Montos, Nick Bosa. I don't need double-digit. We have our double-digit sack guy. I just need him to be better than Drake Jackson. You know, which is another player. You know, I'm not going to sit here and make a proclamation and say I'm excited him to see, but one of the greatest things about the situation that Drake Jackson is and his essentially his prove it scenario that he finds himself in now is that pressure makes diamonds. And if your livelihood of your NFL career is on the line, I think we're going to get the best of the Drake Jackson. Or it's never going to happen. But that's one thing that I'm going to be fired up about Drake Jackson. It's like, okay, bro, you're out of excuses now. And he knows that. I'm pretty sure this coaching staff has told him that. So I think that we're going to get the best version of Drake Jackson. I could be totally wrong. And then I think we got our answer. And you could start to look back at some of these drafts and have some questions. You know, I was reading, it was funny today. I was reading back to some of my articles I wrote for Sports Elite back when I blogged. And I was just listening how I talked about the 2017 draft and reading some of those names. And I was just like, damn, I remember writing about Reuben Foster. I'll never forget me looking at my girl at the time, you know, the woman who was my girl at the time, and jumping up and down saying, we just drafted the next Patrick Willis. I'll never forget that. Oh, man. Maybe we'll do that one day during the dead period. Also, Jason, are you going to be available to cover next week's show? Let me know, bro. I need somebody to cover next week's show, possibly. Speaking of which, I actually have to do this real quick. Okay, anyway. So, is the D-line the strength of this football team? Yeah. What's up, Roberto? How you doing, baby? Yeah, I believe that there's still the strength of this football team is where the most money is spent. Now it's time to go out and prove it. And I'm excited for that. All right, y'all. It's getting way too hot up in here. Anybody else have any comments on the D line? We'll go ahead and give y'all a couple minutes to put your comments in and everything like that. Your boys gotta get out this room. It's hot as hell. I'm sorry, y'all. We pretty much talked about the D line ad nauseum. So your boy got invited to exclusive airing of Receiver. So I'm pretty excited about that. So we'll have a little bit of a recap of Receiver when your boy comes back. Do we get a comment? Can't wait for camp. Robert Beal. I totally. Why did I not speak about Robert Beal Jr.? I think he might be the surprise of camp. You know, I heard some things about him coming out of OTAs, and I watched this video by I forget the YouTube channel I watched this video on, but he was talking about Robert Beal Jr. and how he's kind of took a year or two to develop at each level of football. So he showed up during camp last year and the preseason. And they say damn, that shit went down the wrong pipe. That's what she said. So they say the biggest jump a player makes is from year 1 to year 2. So I'm really excited to see what NFL offseason where you're not just focusing on workout numbers. You know, you're in the weight room. You've known what is expected of an NFL player. You've been through the rigors of a season, even though he didn't play much. I'm really curious to see what he brings week or in camp. He's somebody else I would definitely keep my eye on. Kalia Davis, another player that, you know, had high expectations, and he was making some buzz last year. Now or never for Kalia Davis. Another player that when you're backed against the wall, that's generally when you show the most fight. So, love it. I love the Niners have stuck with a little bit of the status quo. Oh my God, y'all crazy. The hell threw me off. We stuck with a little bit of the status quo in the sense that I don't think much of our starters are going to change. Well, two out of the 4. But the back end of the roster has had some recycling. They brought in some competition, and you know what they say, iron sharpens iron. Competition breeds, you know, success. Cream rises to the top, all those things. So I'm definitely really excited. Can't wait for camp in 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks. If I am here next week or we skip next week, the next time y'all see me, we'll be talking about rookies reporting to training camp, baby. Ooh, I can't wait. All right, y'all. I tried to do it at least a half an hour. We're pretty close to that. We're a minute off. So we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me today. We shall see y'all, if not next week, week after that. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
You're tuned into Niner Faithful Radio. The show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful, brought to you by Power Brands.
See ya. Always go Niners.